my soul thinking coming to this crazy world? Right? What in the world was my soul thinking? And why did I choose those parents who really made a lot of mistakes and gave me all these dysfunctions that now I've got to heal and repair? Well, first of all, your soul knew that it could handle what it was coming here to experience, the dysfunction that it decided to sign up for. In fact, you don't get to come to this world unless you sign up for a dysfunction. You might be standing at the gate and they're there with the clipboard and they say, oh, okay, so you want to go to Earth. Okay, what dysfunction are you going to sign up for? And you say, I'll take depression for 25, or I'll take anger for 75, or I'll take grief for sadness, loneliness, loss, whatever it is, failure, despair. I'll take frustration, disappointment, whatever dysfunction, whatever human dysfunction you decided to take in order to get into this world. You are equipped to handle it. You don't get to come to this world unless you contribute to healing the mass consciousness of this world, unless you contribute to healing the human condition. And that means you have to take on some sort of human condition and rewire it from the inside out. Easier said than done, huh? But you can do it. You are a professional at this, especially this particular condition. You're a professional, and you would have not taken anything on that you couldn't handle. They don't make you sign up for dysfunctions that you aren't equipped to handle. And so you knew that you could do this, and you found just the right parents who would set up the dysfunction for you. You were looking around and saying, okay, I'm going to take this dysfunction in the human condition, and let's see, those parents, those two will do. Those parents will be perfect for setting up the condition. You and your parents had a soul contract. You guys decided to do this together. They decided to be your parents, they agreed, and you decided that they were going to be your parents. You agreed. This gave you your mission. This gave you the project that your soul agreed to in order to come into this world. You cannot come into this world unless you take a dysfunction, and your parents were the perfect ones to set that up. You guys are actually really good friends at the soul level to play these roles for each other. Your parents are not to blame. You chose your parents willingly. You chose them to set up the dysfunction that you decided to take. You really did choose them. So don't blame your parents anymore. You're too old to blame your parents now. I don't care how old you are. If you're watching this video, you are too old to blame your parents anymore for all the mistakes that they made. You knew as a soul coming into this reality that they were going to make these mistakes. You knew. Yes, you knew. And you took it on purpose in order to take on the dysfunction in human condition that needed to be transformed, that you are capable of transforming. And so don't blame your parents anymore. You are too evolved for this now. If you understand what I'm saying, you are too evolved now for blaming the parents. Say thank you to your parents for setting up the dysfunction that they did. Say thank you. You might be driving your parents crazy. If you're a tough teenager, you're a tough adult kid still. If you are hard on them and you don't listen to them at all, sometimes just say you'll take note of what they're suggesting. You'll think about what they're suggesting. That would help a lot. That would help quite a lot. If they at least know you're hearing them. And then you won't have to fight with each other so much because you're listening. Even if you don't take their advice, even if you decide not to do it, but try to listen. Try to take their advice. They do know a thing or two about life, so give them a chance to teach you. Maybe they're not exactly like you and they're not doing things the way you would want to do them, but give them a chance to give you an education about life. That's what they want to do for you. Your parents really love you. They really, really love you. They might have a weird way of showing it. Maybe they're a little too controlling, but that's only because they don't want you to make a lot of mistakes. They're trying to help you. They're trying to help you avoid mistakes that they've made or mistakes that they're pretty sure you're going to make. So give them a chance. All you have to do is just say, I'm listening, I hear you, I'll take into consideration what you're saying. And then it's up to you whether you use their advice or not. But if they can feel heard, you guys won't be fighting so much. And like I said, sometimes just give them what they want. If they're Christian, be respectful to their religion. If they're Buddhist, be respectful to their religion. If they're atheist, be respectful to their beliefs. It's okay. Just let it be how it is, even if you are different. Let it be how it is for them. Don't try to change them or try to get them to do something different that they don't want to do. Just the way they're trying to get you to listen to them and maybe get you to change because maybe you aren't doing it as good as you think you are doing it. Maybe you could use some improvement. And they know a thing or two about life, so give them a chance to help you. Alright, well, don't drive your parents crazy. Give them a chance. You guys are really good friends, and you have a soul contract together. You guys decided to do this together. You all love each other very much at the soul level. So, try not to make the earth life quite so bad. It doesn't have to be terrible if you don't make it so. Right now, imagine your parents in front of you. Just close your eyes for a moment. Just imagine your parents in front of you and embrace them with your angel wings. Embrace them with your love. Embrace them with your wisdom and your understanding and your gratitude for them to have set up this situation for you, this work for you that you agreed as a soul to come and do. You did. You agreed to it. You are never put into something that you didn't agree to here in this world. That's not how it works. You only take on what you agree to. And you only take on what you can handle. So forgive your parents right now. Forgive them. And in fact, I'm going to tell you a higher way to go about this, is where forgiveness is not necessary. This is no blame in the first place. I have a video about forgiveness, but I'm going to give it to you in a nutshell right now. That it's about seeing everybody as oneself, learning at different levels and places and perspectives. This oneself, this God self, learning about who it is and how to use power, how the cause and effect duality thing works. This is an idea that God's self is exploring. And so when you see everybody as a part of God's self, making the mistakes, or shall we call them educational moments, because there's no such thing as mistakes, it's really just educational moments. And your parents were ones who were in educational moments while having children. If you have not had children, whoo, that is a tough job. Talk about the fast track of growth, because children are tough teachers. And I have a feeling if you're watching this video, you were probably not an easy kid to raise, right? Come on, let's be honest. Were you an easy kid to raise or not? I don't think so. I know I wasn't. And most of the people who are on this kind of path, they weren't easy kids to raise. So let's give our parents a break, eh? Let's give them a break. Let them be humans. Let them be humans growing too. Because as they were with you, they were learning. And they were learning what to do and what not to do. And maybe some of these lessons will not be finished being learned in this life. But for most people, your parents are improving. They are becoming better people. They're trying to become better people. And even when they did things wrong in your childhood, they learned from it and didn't do it again. Or they tried to stop doing that and tried to find other ways, more creative ways of getting through to you about how to be in this world, or what they needed you to do or not do. So give your parents the benefit of the doubt, and don't even blame them. Say thank you for giving me the opportunities to take on a human dysfunction so that I can grow. And thank you for the support that you gave me, even though I was a bratty child. Thank you for feeding me anyway. Thank you for sheltering me. Thank you for working 2 jobs to raise me. Your parents actually gave a lot. And very few people really understand and appreciate what their parents gave them until they're parents themselves and realize the self-sacrifice of it all. Because your parents had to sacrifice a lot in order to raise you. So be grateful, even if they didn't do it all perfectly right, even if they didn't do it like an enlightened parent should, then just let that part go and realize that they are beautiful God-self beings too, and they deserve your love and your gratitude and your appreciation. So stop blaming the parents. You're too old for this now. You're too evolved. Look at it from a higher perspective. Look at it from a masterful perspective, a place of eternal self. And give them your love, your compassion, your appreciation. Maybe give them a phone call. Give them some flowers. Give them a card. Give them an email, whatever it is. Just out of the blue for no reason. Don't wait for birthdays. Don't wait for Christmas. Don't wait for a holiday of some sort. Don't wait for this. Give your parents your love right now. And take the time out, because you don't know how long you have them. For some of you, you've already lost your parents. They've already crossed over. But even if you think of them now and give them a hug, they're still going to hear you. They're going to still feel you. They're going to hear your appreciation, and this will make them feel good. And if your parents are still here, though, make time for them. Make time for your mom. Make time for your dad. Meet them where they are instead of trying to get them to understand you, because you might be a little wacky for them, right? So, no, don't try to get them to understand you. If they do, great, lucky you. If they don't, meet them where they are. For instance, my mom, she wanted me to be a missionary, and I am a missionary of sorts, not quite the kind she thought I would be, but I am a missionary of sorts, and I am on a mission to make the world a better place. Yeah, just to touch the part of the world that I can reach. The way that I found to connect with her in a peaceful way was to read her Bible verses. It's no skin off of my back to meet her where she is instead of try to get her to meet me where I am. This is how to make a good connection with your parents, even if you're very different. And I respect her path. I respect her views. Let's say your parents are in a different spiritual path than you, or they have different political views than you, or they have a different way of living or eating or whatever it is. Instead of trying to get them to understand you, trying to get them to maybe believe in the spiritual path that you do, or trying to get them to eat the way you do, or criticizing what they're doing, instead, meet them where they are. Say something nice about what they're doing. I respect your spiritual path. Because most spiritual paths are good anyway. I mean, there's not really many spiritual paths that aren't. There might be a few that are harmful, but if there's nothing harmful about them, they're good spiritual paths. So honor that. And maybe the way they eat isn't the way you would eat, but just say, hey, that smells really good. I like what you're doing. Maybe even say something nice about the political person that they love, or say something bad about the one they hate, even if it's one you love. Who knows? Whatever it takes to connect with your parents. And I'm not saying, go into a negative path in order to connect with them. That might be taken wrong. But anyway, the idea is to meet them where they are. Meet them on common ground that they can understand. Because your parents may not be around for much longer. Who knows? And even if they have plenty of life left in them, who knows if somebody can get sick or be in an accident or something just happens all of a sudden and then they're gone. What is the last thing you want to say to them? It should always be something good. One day, my father said to me when he was, I think he was in his 60s, 50s or 60s, and he said, you know, I might only have 20 years left in this world, and at the time we were only seeing each other every 4 or 5 years. I might not have a lot of time left in this world, so maybe we'll only have a chance to see each other maybe 4 or 5 times if I live only another 20 years in this world. And I was like, whoa, wake up call. From then on, I made sure that I saw my dad every year. I didn't let 4 or 5 years go by anymore. I lived on the west coast of the United States. He lived on the east coast of the United States, but whichever one of us had more money, we'd fly to the other one's place, or maybe we'd fly the other one out. Somehow, some way, we always made sure that we got a chance to see each other once a year, so that we would never feel like we had lost the chance to connect. So make time for your parents. Make time. Don't think that they're just going to be there forever. And don't blame them anymore for the mistakes they made. It made you who you are. It helped you become a compassionate person. It helped you have a life mission of some kind of dysfunction in the human condition to repair and rewire. Love your parents. Love them very much. Even if you can't hang out for long periods of time, love them as much as you can. Be with them forgive them. Don't blame them in the first place. You're too old for this now. Get to work, Angel. Rewire this condition. You can do this. You got this.